Hi everyone, welcome back to Peace, our 30-day yoga journey. Today is day 27, Embody. So embody means to make whole, to integrate, to embrace. And this journey, our intention is to create peace, to create a sense of peace within ourselves, and to have this feeling spread so that the whole world feels peaceful and calm and kind and in sync with each other, so that we're all living and sharing this earth in a beautiful and wonderful way. So I'd like to share a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh about embodying peace. Live in such a way that you can embody true peace, that you can be peace in every moment of your daily life. It is possible for everyone to generate the energy of peace in every step. So I think that's just so inspiring. And, we never know truly what we're capable of. We never know the full extent of, say, the mystery of our body, or the weather, or how fast someone can run, or all these different things. There's a kind of mystery and an invitation to explore and discover. So, this journey is about creating a sense of peace, and I just want you to feel that you are peace, so that everything that we do in this practice, there's a sense of peace and harmony and equanimity. So let's start by closing our eyes and focusing on your breath. On your next inhale, inhale peace. Exhale anger. Inhale peace. Exhale judgment. Inhale peace. Exhale sadness. Inhale peace. Exhale anything that holds you back, that makes you feel less than. Inhale peace. Exhale disharmony. And just keep filling up with peace, letting go of things that would be detrimental to being peace, to being peaceful, to filling up with this energy of peace, so that there's a softness within the power, and there's grace within the challenge, there's movement within the silence, and silence within the movement. You can keep your eyes closed or open them up. Inhale, stretch wide to reach your arms up. Lift your head up, gaze up, even if it's through your closed eyelids. And on your exhale, expand out wide as you lower your arms down. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Feel the lightness of being. Exhale, lower down and feel the heaviness of being grounded. Inhale, float your arms up. And exhale, release them down. Reach your left arm over to the left, anchor down through your right hip and your right knee, and reach your right arm up and over. Maybe you even lower your elbow to the floor. Turn your chin up towards the sky. Breathe through your whole right side. Notice how everything is connected. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Anchor the left hip and the left knee. Turn your chin up toward the sky and reach all the way through the left side. Again, inhale, reach up and open. Stretch over to the left, opening up the right side body. Keeping your heart exposed. Inhale, back up through center. And exhale. Again, one more time. Inhale, reach up, reach your arm across. So the more we feel at peace, the more we can open up open our heart, open our feelings, open to vulnerability, open to possibilities. Inhale back up and exhale to the other side. Inhale up, reach your left arm out to the side. This time pick your right leg up, extend it behind you, and reach out through your right fingertips. And pick your right leg up, swing it around in front of your left knee, and sit back in between your heels. In Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So if you can't stack your knees, you can always just have the right leg in front. And reach over to your right. Inhale back through center, reach over to the left. Inhale back to center, reach your right arm up, and then bend your elbow, reach your hand down your back, swing your right arm forward, out to the side, reach over to the left, and then reach your hand up your back. Maybe you can find your fingers. Breathe here. You can either stay here sitting upright, or you could reach forward and bow over your legs. Then inhale, round up and lift back up to a flat back. 2 more times. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, open up. Release your arms. Bring your leg back behind you again. Coming back to seated position. Then reach your right arm out to the side. Stretch your left leg behind you. Lift your hips up. From here, shift your left leg all around, crossing your left knee over your right knee, or stacking your left leg in front. And reach over to your left. Inhale back to center, reach to the right. Inhale back through center, reach your right arm up, bend your elbow, reach your arm behind you, and then swing your left arm forward, out to the side, around behind your back, and see if you can bring your fingers together. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. It's okay. Take an inhale, puff up through your chest, and exhale, bow over your legs. Inhale, lead with your back to come back up, open up through the heart, and bow forward. Again, inhale. Back and lift up. And exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, back down, reach up. Release your fingers. Bring your hands behind your back with your fingers facing away from you. Center your hips so they're about halfway between your heels and your hands. And then press into your feet, lift your hips up. Send your hips towards your heels for a nice little shoulder stretch. Then inhale back up, and now we're going to pick the right hand up and the left foot up. Bring the right hand across, bring your hand down, and stretch your left leg back for down dog splits. And pull your knees in again, pivot on your right foot, bring your left foot down, your right hand down, pick your right foot up, your left hand up, and pivot over to the left. Stretching back behind you, down dog splits. Come back through center, and we're going to pivot again. Switch sides, reach across, lift your left leg up and back. And exhale, bring your knees down, pivot on your right foot, switch hands, keep pivoting over to the left. Stretch your right leg up and back. One more time, bring your knees forward, pivot on the left foot, bring the right foot down, left hand down, keep reaching across. Extend out into down dog splits. And come forward again, pivot. Switch your hand on your foot. And stretch back, down dog splits. And we'll come back into our reverse tabletop. This time, face your fingers forward towards your hips, or keep them facing back or out to the side, whatever's the most comfortable for you. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, stretch your heels towards your hips. And then inhale, push back up. And now push your hips back behind you, trying to keep your hips off the floor. Inhale, forward, lift up. Exhale, forward and dip. Inhale, lift up. Grip with your hands, really push through your core, send your hips back. Inhale, forward and up. One more time. Exhale, lower hips towards your heels. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hips back. And come back. At the beginning, we're going to set up for bridge pose, so come onto your back. And just take a minute to relax here. Walk your heels in as close as they can get to your hips. Rest your hands by your sides. Then open the heels just a little bit wider than it might feel natural. So not super wide, but a little bit wider so your knees kind of line up parallel to each other, or even cave in a little bit towards each other. Lift and spread all your toes. Lower the toes down and then press into the earth. Squeeze your inner thighs together, lift your hips up. Notice how the glutes naturally engage. We'll take a few breaths here. And push into the floor a little bit more. Hug your legs in a little bit more. Let your hips rise up a little bit more. And start to melt through your upper back, down into the middle back. Tuck your tailbone, see if you can lower the sacrum down, and then finally the weight into your hips. So it's nice and gradual and peaceful and calm and relaxed. And now we're going to counter that with some effort to push down into your feet. Keep squeezing your legs in towards each other, lift the hips up. This time walk your shoulders in towards each other, interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your legs in, push into your feet, lift your hips up. Keep the legs squeezing in and pushing down. And then release your hands, let your shoulders melt apart from each other, and slowly lower down, lengthening the spine as you lower. Nice. Hold the back of your legs, and we're going to just do some rocking back and forth using some momentum. And just let it go, like wherever your body naturally wants to go, just let it go without any judgment. Last time, we're going to rock up to seated and come on into tabletop. First, just close your eyes and move, however you want to move. Having fun with the movement. And come back to a tabletop position. Grip the mat with your hands. Press the top of your feet in towards each other so you feel your body ignite and charge up. And then from your tailbone, start to lift, curling your lower back, rippling into your middle back, sending your chest forward so the upper back arches and lifting the chin up slightly. And from the tailbone, start to tuck under, beginning to round your spine, finding that rippling effect. And just continue back and forth, each time initiating the movement with your pelvis. Just seeing how much you can open up through your whole body. And what's really important here is just to move with a feeling of peace and ease and gracefulness. Next time you start to lift your tailbone, tuck your toes, stretch back to downward facing dog. Inhale, round forward to plank. And exhale, lift your hips. You can keep your knees straight or bend them and ride back into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. This time, lower your thighs toward the floor, keeping your toes tucked. Arc your heart forward and up, upward facing dog. Lift your chin. And then start to tuck the chin, puff up into your back, like making a cat back. Lift up, and then arch your spine, moving back to downward facing dog. We'll repeat that 2 more times. So inhale, round forward, like in a cat-like plank. Keep going forward, lower the thighs, not hovering above the floor, and then just express your heart open. And start to tuck your chin, spread out through your back, round up, and as you lift back, arch your spine back into down dog. One more time on your own. Just following the movement of your breath, noticing if the spine becomes a little more open, a little more fluid. And just stay in your down dog, play around a little bit, maybe bending one knee at a time, maybe both at the same time. Try pressing your knees forward and at the same time press your heels back. So there's at least a little bend in your knees, even if you're very flexible. And it doesn't matter if your heels touch the floor, it's like the action, the energy. Inhale forward, coming back into your tabletop position, and step your right foot forward, heel toe your right foot over to the left, bring your right knee down, and come into like a 90 degree position with your legs, with your hips. So to start with, you can bring your hands behind you and just flip your knees over to the other side. And you can keep your hands behind you, or you could play with not using your hands. Maybe you twist all the way over to the right. And come back to center, leading with the back leg, pick your knee up, pull your hip back, and spin over to your left. Continue spinning to the left. And again, right hip goes back, spin to the right, and keep twisting over to your right. As you come back, start with the back hip, rotate over to the left. And one more time. Pull your hip back and spin to your left. And then pull the left hip back, well, it's to the right, sorry, and spin to your left. Come on back to center, and now we're gonna open up into pigeon pose. So send your left leg back, your right knee forward. And just start to sway from side to side. So you're even like kind of moving your shoulders forward and back, forward and out to the side and back and in. You can bend your elbows and just get really open here. Good, and then express your heart forward. Back toes can be tucked or pointed. Isometrically drag your hands back towards your hips and lift your heart up toward the sky. And reach forward, lift your back leg up, straighten both legs, and let your the outer right ankle lower toward the floor. So you're inverting the right ankle. And then see if you can roll the foot open, pressing into the big toe, creating a little eversion of your ankle. And send your hips back. And as you inhale, we're going to bring that knee forward, reaching it in between the hands towards the right side. Open up through your heart. And exhale, lift your hips up and back. Inverting the ankle, everting the ankle. And come forward again into your pigeon prep. Open up. One more time, lift the hips, reach back. And maybe invert and evert your ankle, reach back through your back heel. And come forward again into your pigeon. Point your back toes, press the top of your feet into the floor. Think of pulling your left hip forward a little bit, softening the right hip back, and opening up through your whole back. And you can start to walk your hands forward, melting your heart toward the earth. And making any little adjustments that you would like to make. Nice, come back up onto your hands, lift your hips up, and step back into your downward facing dog. Now step your left foot forward. Heel toe your foot over to the right. Send the left knee forward, coming into pigeon prep. And you can move around here, move the shoulders, roll on your hips. Come back to center, lift the back leg up, straighten both legs, and first invert your ankle, bringing the inside edge of the foot up, the outside of the foot down. Then see if you can press across into your big toe mound, creating a little bit of an eversion of the ankle and reaching back through your hips. And inhale your knee forward, open up, big heart opening pigeon stretch, and lift your back foot up, invert the ankle, roll the ankle open, everting the ankle, reach back through your heel, inhale forward, open up, lift the chest, lift your heart, and exhale back. Working the ankle, stretching out the calves, stretching out the whole body, really. That's what it feels like to me. And then come back forward into your pigeon, point your toes, press the top of your feet into the floor. Walk your hands forward and bow over your legs. And just breathe here. Nice and soft, easy breaths. And walk your hands back. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up, stretch back into down dog. Come forward onto your knees. Keep your toes tucked and come to a kneeling position. Bring your hands to your hip bones. So the fingers are on your front hip bone, the thumb is on your back hip bone. And then tilt your pelvis up, arch your back, a little anterior tilt, and then tuck the tailbone under, round your back, a little posterior tilt. And just go back and forth. Now we're going to come into camel ustrasana, a back bend. So if you have yoga blocks and you want to put them by your feet so you don't go into as deep of a back bend, feel free to do that. But you can take this as far as you want, as far as you're ready for. So we're going to try and arch into our upper back. So we want the low back to be coming out of the arch because the low back bends really easily. So we don't want to overbend it. So think of rooting your tailbone down, hugging your glutes in towards each other, squeezing your legs towards each other, and start to lean back, keeping a straight body as much as you can. Then release your hands, find your heels or your blocks, and press your chest forward, your hips forward, open up. Take a few breaths here. And lift up through your heart, coming back up into your kneeling position. So we're going to do that 2 more times, and you're welcome to go a little deeper each time if you feel like you're ready for it, or continue with the first variation, or maybe you do the first variation a couple times and then the second variation. So the second variation will be to point your toes. Same actions here though. You want to tuck the tailbone under a little bit, posterior tilt, squeeze the glutes and the inner thighs towards each other. Relax your shoulders, and then with a flat back, start to reach back, pushing into your toes. Release your hands, find your heels, and then send your chest forward, your thighs forward, your hips forward, opening up. And squeeze the legs, come on back up to kneeling. Okay, so for the last one, it'll be starting off the same, but you could play with walking your hands towards the back of your knees. So start by creating that posterior tilt, engaging your glutes, softening through the shoulders, and trying to keep a flat back, reach back, find your heels, and then come on forward. Maybe you start to walk your hands forward. And maybe work on a little more opening of the chest, the upper back, and squeeze your legs to come back up. Bring your hands forward and step back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up for down dog splits. And squeeze your heel to your hip, squeeze your knee into your chest. Now, see if you can come up even a little higher on your left tip toes and see if you can squeeze your knee up a little bit higher. Let your back round a little bit higher. And then step your foot forward to your hands. Rotate the back foot down and open for warrior two. Squeeze your outer glute in and then rise up, reaching out through both hands. Maybe sink down into your hips a little bit more. Keep this right knee tracking over your toes, so don't let it cave in, but squeeze the outer right glute a little bit. Then reach back, reverse your warrior. And straighten your leg, reach forward, coming into triangle pose. Keep opening through your top shoulder. Now we're going to come back into warrior two, reversing our warrior. So you can either start with your front leg straight, or you could bend your front knee, but push into your feet, come on up, bend your knee, reach back, reverse your warrior. Come back forward again, straighten your leg, reach forward, triangle. Keep the legs nice and strong, but open across the heart, and then push down, reach up, bend your knee, reach up and back. This time, we're going to keep reaching back, and we're just going to pivot on our feet. So you're reaching towards the back of your mat, and then just big circles of your top arm. And reach back. Reverse your warrior. Same thing here. Keep reaching back toward the front of the mat, and this time spin your feet so you're facing the front of the mat. And one more time, reach back, reverse your warrior. And windmill your arms, step back, downward facing dog. Let's do that on the other side. So inhale, sweep the left leg up, reach up through the inner thigh, reach out through your toes. And then squeeze your heel to your hip firmly. Lift up a little higher on your right toes. Start to round your spine as you draw your knee into your chest. Then can you even eke out a little bit more lift? And step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel open. Bring your front knee over your ankle. Press into your back foot. Inhale, rise up. Warrior two. Reach back, reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg and reach forward, coming into Trikonasana. And you can keep the front leg straight or bend your knee. We're going to push into our feet, rise back up. Bend your knee if you haven't already, and reach back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg here. Again, reach forward, triangle pose. And press into the legs, reach back up, bend your knee, reverse your warrior. And this time keep reaching toward the back of your mat, spin on your feet so your right foot is facing the back of the mat, and big sweeping circles with your top arm. And reach up and back, reverse your warrior again. Pivot on your feet so your left knee is facing the front of the mat. Reach back, reverse your warrior. And windmill the arms, step back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the floor, walk your hands forward, come on into Sphinx pose. Lengthen through your tailbone and stretch your heart forward. Lower your chest to the floor, slide your hands back for cobra. Press your feet into the floor, rise up into your cobra. And again, extend your heart forward, pressing down into your toes as you reach forward and lower. And inhale, curl up, open up, cobra. Exhale, reach forward and bow. Again, inhale, curl up, open up. Exhale, reach forward and bow. Last time. Inhale, curl up, round up into your cobra. Exhale, forward, lower down. Bend both knees. Squeeze your heels in towards your hips. Reach back with your hands for your feet. Open up across the shoulders and start to kick your feet back. Keeping your knees hugging together. Lift up through your knees. Lift forward through your chest. Finding a bow pose. And slowly release. Bring your hands back by your sides. Finding your cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Either hop or step forward to your hands, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Just soften here. And release your arms down by your sides and just start to kind of move your body in all different ways. Move the shoulders, move the hips, move the wrists. So there's no like exact way to move here. We just want to kind of soften and open up. And we'll play with dancer pose. So as you inhale, sweep your left knee up, reach your arms up. And then reach your hands down, grab your left foot with your left hand, extend your chest forward, your right arm forward. Kick your left foot back, lift the knee up. And slowly start to bring your knee back. Pull your knee up, reach your arms up. Externally rotate the left hip, lower your left ankle across the right ankle, sink down. Then start to draw your knees together. Maybe you hook your left toes on the right inner ankle. Bring your right elbow in, wrap the left arm underneath. And sink down. Maybe you tap your elbows to your knees. As you come back up, unwrap your legs, coming into Tadasana. On your next inhale, sweep your right knee up. Then bring your right hand down, find your foot. Reach back with your foot and forward through your chest, pressing into your big toe. Then slowly start to come back. Pull your right knee into your chest. Then cactus your elbows, cross your right ankle above your left knee. Slide your knees together, maybe hook your right toes around the inner left ankle. Bring your left elbow in, wrap your right arm underneath. Eagle arms and legs, sink down nice and low. And come out slowly, even though I came out fast. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank. And back to downward facing dog. Now, see if you can hop your hands. You could walk your feet a little bit. We're going to see if we can hop our feet to the outside of the hands. So bend your knees, hop forward, and sink your hips, coming into a very wide-legged squat here. Now lower your knees to the floor and lean back, reach your legs up. Maybe reach for your feet with your hands. And then lift up through your heart, pulling your ribs towards your thighs towards your ribs, and reaching up through your toes. Try and keep your back lengthening. You might want to round here. And see if you can get even a little closer. Now slowly release your legs and start to extend your shoulders away from your feet, rounding down, coming all the way onto your back, and hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to the side, stretch your right leg out on the floor, and then hook your left toes on the back of your right leg and start to bring your left knee across. So as you're twisting your lower body to the right, think of twisting your upper body to the left. So just relax here. So this has the potential to be a very deep twist. So just go into it as far as you can go with this, maintaining a sense of peace and equanimity. Okay, now we're going to straighten the left leg over to the right. Maybe hold your left foot with your right hand. And there's an option to bend your right knee and reach for your right foot with your left hand. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths. Just enjoying the sense of peacefulness and surrender. Release your right foot if you were holding it. Open your left arm back out to the side. Pull your left hip down. Center your hips. Point through the toes as you lower the left leg to the floor. Now shift your body over to the right a little bit. Hook your right toes behind your left knee and start to twist over to your left. So again, the upper body is twisting back to the right, the lower body is twisting to the left. If you're very flexible, you might feel that your right shoulder is on the ground and your right knee is on the ground, but you might not. Like I can only get one onto the ground. The other's fairly close, but this is a pretty deep twist. So just see if you can make your way into it peacefully. And notice what happens when you relax compared to what happens when you tense up. Now, straighten your right leg. Grab onto your foot with your left hand. Bend your left knee. This is an option to bend your left knee and hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Relax here. Just release your left foot if you were holding it. Roll back onto your back. Release your left leg, center your hips. Point through your toes and reach your toes away from your head as you lower down. And when both feet are on the floor, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And stretch out for a little mini savasana. So just for a minute or so. You're always welcome to stay longer on your own. And notice if you feel a sense of peace permeating through your whole body so that you can truly relax and truly enjoy this moment. So Savasana is a place of deep, deep, deep inner peace. A place where we can really tap into our true nature, which is love and kindness. Now slowly begin to bring some movement into your body. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back up into a comfortable seat. Close your eyes, ground down through your hips, open up through your heart. Please bring your hands together in front of your heart. Breathing in, I calm body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know that this is the only moment. So can we find peace in this moment? Can we truly be in this moment with no past, no future, just this present moment? Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for day 27, Embody. Hope to see you tomorrow for day 28, Nurture. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.